Good evening. My name is Josh Brown. I'd like to thank each one of these three individuals. It's their first time coming to speak. Really, it's not easy to come here and speak in front of people. We're really sheltered and we live on a compound of about 300 some people. So being around you guys and getting out of the prison to come speak to you guys is a hard thing to do. So I really like to personally thank them for coming. I'm from Jefferson, West Virginia. I'm here on a charge for a DUI cause of death. I was the type of person who didn't drink often, but when I drank, I drank. I was the type of person who just literally would just go all in. I didn't care what it was that we were drinking, but Tennessee moonshine, Ciroc, absolutely anything that was, liquor, I would indulge in it, and I would indulge in it to the maximum ability of my body and for my eyes to go to sleep. On November 1st, 2014, I did that. I was at a homecoming game at Sherman University, and I was getting drunk. I probably drank for hours throughout the day. I got in my car. I guess I proceeded to go home. They said that I went to the right side of the road, hit some mailboxes, a fence, hit the main head on. I think he was an 87-year-old man. The bad thing about it is I have no clue on what happened that night other than what somebody said. I would drive past that scene for the 9 months I stayed out on bail, just trying to wonder, how did I let this happen? Because just going on the right side of the road is something that I would never do. But that was the type of control that alcohol had on you when you're as intoxicated as I was. I caused a family, a father, probably somebody's brother, a husband, entire generations of family and friends pain. I can never replace this man's life. I can never replace the time that I'm now losing away from my son. I have a 6-year-old son that I haven't seen in 2 years. I brought a lot of people a lot of pain because of a selfish decision. I didn't have to be that drunk at that game. I didn't have to make a decision to drive. But that's what happens when you're drunk. You're not finished. You're impaired to the point where you make those bad decisions. And that night is something that I have to live with for the rest of my life. And I want to start by saying that because I've been in your shoes. I played college football at Edinburgh University in Mary, Pennsylvania. We used to party. We win a game, I know about it. Saturday night, you go out, you go have fun. You got a bye week, you go out and have fun. And you just think you're just living a college life. But you got to be very smart about how you're doing that. Because I know in college I did it, and I had a friend that, no matter how much I drink around, he always drove me somewhere. He's a good friend, his name is Darrell Fincher. And I was always responsible. And then as I got older, you think that you got control of something. So I got to a point to where, I would go party and then I drive home. Ooh, I made it. I go out and drive, ooh, I made it. And I remember there was a couple times where I woke up, I was like, man, how in the hell did I just get home? Like, I couldn't tell you when I started my car. I couldn't tell you which way I went home. I just know that my keys were on the table and I was in my bed and I made home safe. And that should have been a point in time in my life where I stopped and, said to yourself, like, Josh, you really got to stop. Because I know that alcohol is a legal thing, and everybody thinks that every time you go out to have a party, you got to do that, you got to have fun. It's big, man, because life is filled with nothing but decisions. And every decision you make is going to come with a consequence. Right? It's going to be good, or it's going to be bad, but at the end of the day, you've got to face the responsibility from that consequence that you made, the decision you made. For me, I wish all that I have, everything in me, that I could just erase my life for 3 years and take back what I did. 5 minutes changed my whole life. I had everything going for myself. Everything I set out to do, I accomplished. I played my 3 years in Edinburgh. We went to national playoffs. I was a leader receiver my junior year. I got out of school actually with the coach, J.J. Mayer. We actually took our coaching class together and began coaching at the same year. He went to RC Bird, I went to Jefferson. And that right there should show you the difference that a 5-minute decision will make in your life. He's coaching college football. I'm sitting here in Cactus talking to you, trying to convince you to make responsible decisions when you're out. Make responsible decisions, when you're home. You got a friend that's there, man, and he's drinking. Take his keys. I wish somebody would have took my keys that day. I don't blame him for it because what I did was what I did. Nobody took that car but me. But each and every one of you here has the power to impact the next person standing next to you. There's nothing in life worth losing for one night of party. I promise you. I may have drank for 7 hours that night, and none of it was worth 5 minutes of the pain that I felt. I woke up in the hospital on a Monday, and I read on Saturday. I was like, what's going on? I got tubes in my side, and nobody's trying to tell me this, but I hadn't even killed anybody. And I'm sitting there like, man, what happened when you wrecked, all right? And the next day later, you killed somebody. What? Me? Like I did that. How? You were driving. From where? Being put in a place to try to place together something that I could have easily avoided by growing up being a mature person and saying this, I don't have to do this to have fun. Could have saved my life. I coached college football at Fairmont State University in 2012. I was working at FedEx as an operations supervisor. I had literally, everything that I ever wanted was right there in the palm of my hands. And it got washed down the drain. All you guys are here playing football. You got teammates, you cheerleaders, you got teammates. Be there for one another. I remember playing football at Edinburgh, and I had a quarterback named Trevor Harris, which I believe is probably the best quarterback ever to come out of PSAC. He's a great guy. Still to this day, Trevor doesn't know the impact he had on my life just as a player. All the maturity that I had from 18 to where I was 29, I credit a lot of it to him. Not about what he said to me, but the way he carried himself, everything he did. He modeled himself as a good person. He made the next right decision, and he was there for each other. And I challenge each and every one of you just to be that person for each other. You guys are a team. You guys go through a grind. August camp sucks. I get it, those heated days, the Saturday games. You're all working for a little winter conference. And it's going to take each and every person, from the punter all the way to the quarterback, to the defensive back. All of you guys got to come together as one. And in order to be a successful teammate, you've got to have each other's back. You're going to have teammates that are going to make that wrong decision. But are you willing to step up and be there? The program we have these concepts that we go over every day. Every day we have these groups, and we have something called responsible concern. And the gist of the responsible concern is you not letting somebody fail by being there and saying something to them. Don't think you're hurting somebody by telling them what they need to hear. Because if you really truly care for them, and you're here for that mission, you can say something. Because it's going to help your growth. I don't care. Some of you guys are probably sitting here, you're a red shirt freshman, and you think that you're really not important. I feel you're probably one of the most important guys on this team. Without you, how can your first year get better? How can they see the looks of the team you're playing that week? So just because it's just this young person or this older person's been here, you still got to make that decision to say, hey, man, you should do that. Or, man, here, let me help you with this decision. Let me think about this. Let me help you think about the decision. I really like to live off, man. I'm starting my life with acting off processed thoughts instead of just a regular reaction. I have to take a step back and think about, man, is what I'm about to do will help me in the long run. And yeah, I'm in prison, but honestly, man, prison's probably been one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And I know you may think, well, how in the hell going to prison will help you? I really had to wake up every single day and worry about making the next right decision. Because one thing that I do can set me back. I don't know when I'm going to get out of prison. I don't know when I'll be able to go home. I don't know when I'll be able to hold my son again. I don't know when my mother's son can walk through the door and be home to be a regular person. So it's challenged me every day to be patient. Because you see things that you don't want to see. Like you're told to do something you don't want to do, but that's life. How can I complain about the situation that I'm in when I went out and made a decision that I made? How can I complain about, hey, at 9 o'clock you have to stand up? No matter if you're sleeping or not, get up, stand up, let them count you. When the wife every night has to go home and lay in bed and go to sleep without her husband because I decided to try to drive him drunk. I mean, it's so important for you guys to pay attention to the danger that comes with drinking and driving. I mean, it seems like a small thing, and I promise if you take one thing from me the entire time that I sit up here and talk to you, and if you're drinking, don't drive. Have a plan before you do it. I mean, it's hard for me to sit here and tell you not to do something because I know it's going to happen. But I can sit here and try to tell you to be responsible about it. Do the next right thing for yourself, your family, your friends, everybody involved. Everybody can be affected by what you do. I like to encourage you guys to take this opportunity. You're here in College Bend, you're going to school, you're getting an education that's going to further your life well beyond what you ever imagined. When I did graduate from Fairmont, that's probably one of the greatest things that I ever did. That's one thing nobody can ever take away from me. They can take away my freedom. I've lost my son. I even lost some self-dignity when this happened, but I have a piece of paper that I work for every day that nobody can ever take